Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Info Girl. And on this channel, we talk about credit, business credit, personal finance, and ways to help put you in a better financial position. My goal is to make financial information easy to understand because let's be honest, most banks don't always explain things in plain English. Now, if you've ever wondered, can I get a business credit card if my credit isn't perfect? Do I have to have excellent credit before I can start building business credit? Which business credit card should I actually be looking at? Then this video is definitely for you. Now, before we jump into today's list, I want to clear one thing up. A lot of people will tell you that all you need is a certain credit score to get approved. The truth is, that's actually not how this all works. Now, most lenders don't publish an official minimum credit score for their business credit cards. Instead, they look at your overall application. That may include your credit history, your income, your existing debt, your business information, how long you've been in business, and other financial factors. So, throughout today's video, I'm not going to promise approvals because no one can honestly do that. What I am going to do is walk you through 5 business credit cards that I think are worth looking into if you have fair credit and if you're trying to grow your business the right way. We're going to talk about annual fees, rewards, credit limits, personal guarantees, the pros, the cons, and who I think each card makes the most sense for. By the end of this video, you'll have a much better understanding of where you may want to start and what you may want to work with your business. If you enjoy videos like this, make sure that you hit that like button because it really helps support my channel. Subscribe if you haven't already because I post every single week about credit, business credit, and personal finances. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's start with a card that gets recommended quite a bit for business owners who are building or rebuilding. The Capital One Spark Classic card. Now, one thing I really like about this card is that it keeps things very simple. It's not trying to be the fanciest business credit card on the market. It isn't packed with luxury travel benefits. Instead, it's designed to be a particular business credit card. And honestly, sometimes particular is exactly what you need. Who do I think this card is for? If you're someone who owns a small business, maybe you have an LLC, maybe you have a freelancer. Maybe you are a Uber driver. Maybe you're a DoorDash driver. Maybe you're a tax preparer. Maybe you sell products online. Maybe you're a content creator. This could be one worth researching. Capital One allows many different type of businesses to apply for this card. A lot of people think you have to own a huge company before you can qualify for a business credit card. That is simply not true. There is a $0 annual fee. One thing I always look for is annual fees because if I can avoid paying one, I'm going to. Now, this card has no annual fee, as I did mention. I love that because it allows you to keep more money inside your business, especially when you're first getting started. Rewards. Now, this card can earn 1% unlimited cash back on eligible purchases. Now, some people are going to say only 1%. Honestly, I'm okay with that when I'm trying to build business credit. My biggest goal isn't chasing rewards. My biggest goal is building positive payment history. The rewards are simply an added bonus. Now, let's answer the question everybody asks: what is the highest credit limit? Capital One does not publicly advertise a minimum credit limit for this card. Your starting limit depends on several factors, including your financial profile and the information in your application. Now, some people receive a smaller starting limit, others receive a much larger limit. The important thing isn't comparing your limit to someone else's. The important thing is managing the credit you receive responsibly. Now, let's talk about something that sometimes get overlooked for many applicants. Capital One generally requires a personal guarantee on this card. That simply means you're personally responsible for the debt if your business can't repay it. Now, I know social media is full of videos talking about EIN only business credit cards. And while there are financial products that may rely more heavily on your business as it grows, many traditional business credit cards for small businesses still involve a personal guarantee. I always want to be transparent about that. How I would personally use this card if I had this card today. I'm using it for business expenses that I already have, things like office supplies, website hosting, business internet, my phone bill, advertising, shipping supplies, software subscriptions, business equipment. I'm not using it to buy things I can't afford. I'm letting my everyday businesses expenses help me build a positive payment history. Then I'm paying the balance on time each and every month. Consistency matters. The biggest mistakes I see, one mistake I see all the time, people finally get approved. Then they immediately max out the card. Please do not do that. Just because a bank gives you access to credit does not mean you should use it every single day or every dollar available. A credit card is a financial tool. Use it wisely, pay it responsibly. That's how you build trust with lenders over time. Overall, I think the Capital One Spark Plastic for Business is a solid option for business owners looking for a straightforward card with no annual fee and simple rewards. It may not be the fanciest card on the market, but sometimes your first credit card isn't about impressing people. Sometimes it's simply about getting started and building a strong financial foundation. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. All right, you guys, let's move on to business credit card number two. Now, I know the second people hear the word secured, they immediately think, nope, I don't want that card. But honestly, I think secured business credit cards are some of the most misunderstood cards available. And today I want to explain why. See, everybody wants the $20,000 credit limit. Everybody wants the premium business credit cards. Everybody wants the huge welcome bonus. But here's something I've learned. Sometimes you have to build the foundation before you build the house. And that's exactly what secured business credit cards can help you do. What is a secured business credit card? If you never heard of one before, it's actually a pretty simple card. A secured business credit card requires a refundable security deposit. That deposit generally determines your credit limit. So let's say you give the bank a $2,000 deposit. You may receive about $2,000 credit limit. Now, if you put down 5,000, your credit limit may be around $5,000. Think of it like this. You're showing the bank, I can manage credit responsibly. That's what they are looking at. Who should consider this card? I think this card is perfect for someone who says, I don't mind taking the slower route if it helps me build my business. Maybe your LLC is brand new. Maybe you finally are taking the side hustle seriously. Maybe you've been in business for years but never opened up a business credit card, and that's okay. Everybody starts somewhere. Don't compare your chapter to someone else's chapter 20. Now let's talk about these. One thing I really like, this card currently has no annual fees. That's important because every dollar you save is another dollar that can go back into your business. Even though it's a secured card, you still earn unlimited cash back on eligible purchases. That's always nice. But let me tell you something. If you're choosing a secured card, don't choose it because of the rewards. Choose it because of what it can help build. A strong payment history. That's far from valuable than chasing a little extra cash back. Now, let's talk about personal guarantee. For many business owners, especially newer businesses, a personal guarantee is still required. That's very common. Don't let somebody on social media convince you that every business owner can instantly get hundreds or of thousands of dollars using an EIN only. Business credit usually grows over time. As your business becomes more established and develops stronger financials, your financing options may expand. Now, if you're wondering how I would use this card, if this card was in my wallet, here's exactly what I'll put it on: my business phone bill, my business internet, website hosting, office supplies, quick books, shipping labels, advertising, things I'm already paying for every single month. Everything on this card helps my business make money. That's the mindset I want you to have. Biggest mistake people make, one of the biggest mistakes I see: people get approved, then they stop using the card. Banks want to see responsible activity. That doesn't mean spending thousands of dollars every month. It means using the card responsibly and paying it on time every single month. Consistency builds trust. Overall, if someone asks me, Info Girl, would you recommend this card? I'll say yes. If your goal is building business credit, know if you're looking for luxury travel rewards. Remember, every card has a purpose. This card purpose is helping you establish a strong financial foundation. Business credit card number 3, Capital One Spark Cash Select for Business. Now, this is a card that I actually like because it keeps things simple. No confusing reward categories, no trying to figure out which purchase qualifying for extra points. You earn 1.5% unlimited cash back on eligible purchases. Simple. And honestly, that's one thing I appreciate as a business owner. The last thing I want to do is spend 20 minutes trying to figure out how to maximize my rewards. I'd rather focus on growing my business. Who do I think this card is for? I think this card makes sense if your business has been operating for a while and your financial profile has become stronger. Maybe you have already used a starter business card responsibly. Maybe your business income is becoming more consistent. Maybe you've built positive payment history. This could be a logical next step. Now, Capital One doesn't publish a minimum credit score for this card. That's important to know. Approval depends on your overall application, not just one number. One thing I know people love is no annual fee. Again, that's money staying inside of your business instead of going towards fees. This card earns 1.5% cashback, unlimited cashback on eligible purchases. If your business spends money every month on advertising, office supplies, equipment, software, those rewards can add up over time. It's not going to make you rich, but it's nice earning something back on purchases you were already planning to make. Capital One does not publish a minimum credit limit for this card. Your limit depends on your business information, financial profile, and the lender's review of your application. One thing I always tell people: don't focus so much on the start and limit. Focus on building a stronger relationship with the lender by making on time payments and managing your account responsibly. That mindset can open up doors to larger opportunities in the future. All right, you guys. So now we're moving into a card that I think a lot of business owners eventually have on their waiting list: the American Express Blue Business Cash Card. Now, before anybody starts typing in the comments, Info Girl, can I get this card with fair credit? Here's what I would tell you: American Express does not publish a minimum credit score for this card. Approvals depend on your overall application, including your credit history, your business information, your income, and other financial factors. So instead of thinking, can I get approved? I want you to ask yourself this: am I putting myself in the best position possible before I even apply? Why do so many people like this card? One word: cash back. This card earns 2% cash back on eligible purchases up to the annual spending cap, then 1% after that. Now, think about your business. If you already spending money on Facebook advertising, Google ads, office supplies, shipping, software, equipment, why not earn cash back while you're doing it? You're already spending the money. The rewards are simply an added benefit. One thing I absolutely love is no annual fee. You guys are probably noticing a pattern by now. I really like business credit cards without annual fees, especially when you're growing a business, because every dollar you save is another dollar you can invest back into your company. How would I use this card? If this card was sitting in my wallet right now, I would probably use it for larger business purchases. Maybe a new laptop, a camera, lighting equipment, business software, marketing, equipment upgrades, things that actually help my business make more money. That is the goal. One thing I always ask myself before making a purchase is this helping my business grow? If the answer is yes, then it's worth considering. If the answer is no, I would probably will not do that. Biggest mistakes. Here's something I don't want you to do. Don't open up a business credit card just because it has a nice reward program. Rewards should never be the only reason you're applying. The first question should always be, does this card fit my business? Can I manage this credit card responsibly? Will I pay it on time? Those questions matter much more than earning an extra half percentage in reward. My opinion overall, I think this is a fantastic business credit card for someone whose business has started to grow and who wants to earn cash back on everyday business purchases. It's not necessarily the first card I will apply for, but it's definitely one I'll keep on my radar as my business grows. Now let's talk about the final card. And honestly, if you've been watching business credit cards for any amount of time, you've probably heard this card mentioned before. All right, so let's talk about the Chase Ink Business Unlimited. Now, this is another credit card that gets recommended a lot. And for good reasons. One thing Chase has done really well is created businesses, credit cards that fit different types of businesses. Now, just like we've talked about throughout this video, Chase doesn't publish a minimum credit score for approval. Approval depends on your overall application. That includes your credit history, your income, your business information, existing debt, and other financial factors. Now, why do people like this card? It's simple. Unlimited cashback on eligible purchases, no annual fees, straightforward reward. And if your business spends money every month, those rewards can add up, especially if you're paying for things you've already needed anyway. How would I personally use this card? If I have this card, I'm using it for recurring business expenses, website, internet, maybe your business phone, marketing, office supplies, software, maybe travel for business conference. Everything has a purpose. Everything is helping my business generate income. That's the mindset I want you to have. Biggest advice I can give you, please don't chase business credit just because you want a high limit. Chase it because you're building a business. Credit is simply one tool. Your business should always be the focus. A business with consistent income, responsible financial management, and a good reputation is usually in a stronger position than one that simply has a large credit limit. My favorite card on the list now you guys have probably already been wondering, Info Girl, if you had to choose just one. And honestly, if I was just getting started, I'll probably look at the Capital One Spark Classic for Business because it's designed with business owners who are still building in mind. As my business grow, I'll probably start looking at options like the American Express Blue Business Cash Card or the Chase Ink Business Unlimited to see if they fit my needs. The right card depends on where you are today, not where someone else is. Now, before we wrap this video up, I want to leave you with 5 mistakes I see people make over and over again when they're trying to build business credit. These mistakes can slow you down, so let's talk about how to avoid them. Mistake number one, applying for every business card you see. Can I be honest with y'all? This is probably the biggest mistakes I see. Someone watches one YouTube video, then another. Before they know it, they've applied for 5 or 6 business credit cards in one week. Slow down. Every application should have a purpose. Ask yourself, why do I want this card? What will I use this card for? Does it fit for my business? Can I afford to pay it back? Don't apply just because someone else got approved. Apply because it fits your business. Mistake number two, mixing personal and business spending. This one is huge. If you have a business credit card, use it for your business. If you're buying groceries, that belongs on your personal card or from that personal account. If you're paying for your business website, that's a business expense. Keeping your business and personal finance organized can make bookkeeping and tax time so much easier. Treat your business like a real business from day one. Mistake number three, only make the minimum payment. Now, I know life happens. I know sometimes money gets tight, but whenever possible, try to pay your statement balance in full. Why? Because interest can easily add up quickly. The less interest you're paying, the more money stays in your business. Mistake number four, maxing out your card. Just because you have a $10,000 limit doesn't mean you should spend $10,000. Leave yourself some room. Responsible credit is about managing what you borrow, not using every dollar that's available. Mistake number five, thinking business credit will make you rich. This is probably my biggest message today. Business credit. Business credit isn't just income. Business credit isn't a profit. Business credit is simply a financial tool. What creates wealth is building a profitable business, serving customers well, and managing your money wisely. Credit can support the journey, but it doesn't replace it. If I were starting from scratch today, if I had to start all over, here's what I would do. First, I'll register my business property. I'll get my EIN number. I open up a business checking account. I'll keep my business income and expenses separate. Then I'll choose one business credit card that fits where my business is today. I'll use it for regular business expenses. I'll pay it on time every single month. And I'll focus on building consistent habits instead of chasing the biggest credit limit because consistency beats shortcuts every single time. My final thoughts is I hope today's video helped you understand that you don't have to wait until everything is perfect before you start learning your business credit. The key is making informed decisions. Do your research, compare your options, choose products that fit your business, and always borrow responsibly. Remember, the goal isn't just getting approved. The goal is building a business that lasts. So if you found this video helpful, do me a huge favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on your notification bell because I've got a lot more coming on business credit, personal credit, business funding, taxes, and ways to help you grow financially. I want to hear from you all. Leave me a comment down below and tell me, did you already have a business credit card or which one are you thinking about applying for? I read every comment and I love hearing your experiences. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. I truly appreciate every single one of you. As always, I will see you all in the next video. Bye.